So we left off on how can a person who has experienced childhood trauma and sexual abuse be made whole?
Okay. So, just want to make sure that you hear me well. I would say being made whole is kind of like reiterating what we were talking about before. And that is being able to identify, triggers, being able to know when, okay, this is bothering me, or dealing with those things that happen in the childhood, whether that's getting counseling, whether it's having accountability partners, someone that you can talk to, that you can trust. It could be anyone. And then if you feel uncomfortable and you're like, I just can't talk about it, because there's some people that, I don't know, I wouldn't say stage fright, but like where it's when they begin to talk about it, they become overly emotional, which is fine. It's okay to cry, however, we have to get to a point where we're strong enough to actually speak those things out, get it out of our head, get it out of our mind, get it out of our heart, so that we can begin to heal. Because once you talk to someone and you confide in them about what it is that you're dealing with or what has happened to you, then you're able to feel free. It's like it's going to be like a burden that just kind of lifts up off your chest, and you just and you feel like validated, maybe even vindicated, because there are some people who are still holding on to hurt and pain from things that happened to them as a child, and the person or the perpetrator is probably not even here anymore. And here it is, you're burying yourself in that same grave with that person that's not even here. So you have to live.
It's interesting that you touched on that. And they might be living their best lives too. They might necessarily not be dead, but living their best life. You mentioned that it's hard for some people to come clean and admit and speak about their trauma, what they went through, that they were sexually abused or molested. Working in the social services field, I saw a lot of clients that went through that, and that's one of the reasons why they were either alcoholics or they were dealing with substance abuse or being promiscuous in the street, selling their bodies and things like that.
Right.
And it was, like you said, it was very emotional. So as a clinical person, we knew that working with those type of clients, we can only allow them to share a certain amount, but we will refer them, this is what you probably need to do that can help you, work on those issues. Go to a clinician or a therapist that can help you dig more inside of you and bring all those things out, because it's very painful, like you said. So I'm glad that you mentioned that.